Hey everyone, have you ever caught yourself just kind of wondering what our world is actually going to look like in a few short years? Well, welcome to today's Explainer. I am absolutely thrilled to guide you through this, because today we're unpacking the World Economic Forum's incredibly bold, mind-blowing predictions for the year 2027. Okay, let's dive right into this. The core question we're answering today isn't just about, what shiny new gadgets we're going to have in our pockets. It's way bigger than that. We're looking at how upcoming fundamental tech shifts are going to solve massive, deeply entrenched global friction points. We are talking about practically solving problems that have plagued human systems for decades. So, here's our roadmap for today's Explainer. We're going to decode 5 distinct, highly complex shifts: dynamic smart buildings, AI supply chain logistics, central bank digital currencies, AI-powered education, and finally, the quantum internet.
Number 1, dynamic smart buildings and reimagining your physical spaces. Let's start right there with our physical environment, specifically focusing on a massive, hidden problem within our built world.
90%. On average, humanity spends 90% of its life indoors. Whether you're hanging out at home, working in an office, grabbing groceries, or sweating it out in a gym, the vast majority of your human experience happens inside a constructed box. The sheer scale of this space in our daily routines is absolutely staggering when you really stop to think about it. But here is the critical friction point: 50%. Our buildings create 50% of global carbon emissions. Why? Because historically, and even right now today, most of our building systems are just manually controlled. They're heating and cooling completely empty rooms, they're leaving lights on in vacant corridors, and frankly, they are terribly inefficient at adapting to the real people actually inside them. The solution to this manual status quo is fascinating. Francois Amon, the co-president of Aquila, predicts that by 2027, this is going to be totally upended. We are going to see the widespread integration of AI, digital twins, and 5G networks directly into our architecture. This means your office building will dynamically respond and adjust to occupancy and weather in real time. Basically, the building will breathe with the people inside it, using AI to absolutely minimize carbon emissions while simultaneously maximizing your comfort and wellness.
Number 2, AI supply chain logistics, solving the global food crisis. Let's move from the buildings we live in to the systems that connect our physical world, specifically our fragile global food supply chains.
Right now, we operate on reactive supply chains. As the World Economic Forum highlights, things like accelerating climate change, conflicts, and global pandemics continually disrupt food distribution. This drives global food crises to catastrophic levels simply because we are always reacting after the fact. We're playing catch-up, but by 2027, the shift moves entirely to AI predictive logistics, a completely proactive state.
The really crucial point is how this technology works in practice. Julie Gerdeman, CEO of Everstream, explains that major manufacturers will use AI-driven supply chain technology to quite literally see future disruptions before they happen. Imagine an AI predicting severe weather events or major labor stoppages weeks in advance. This gives companies ample time to reformulate products, change purchasing habits, and reroute shipping lanes, so food spoilage during transit basically becomes a thing of the past. The end result? Remote locations get the food they need, and our grocery store shelves stay fully stocked, regardless of global volatility.
Number 3, central bank digital currencies, the financial evolution. Pivoting over to our financial world, we're going to look at a major shift predicted for our monetary system. This shift is the rise of the central bank digital currency, or CBDC. So, simply defined, this is a new digital form of a country's fiat currency, meaning the traditional government-issued money we use every day. But instead of being printed as physical paper, it is issued directly as a digital asset by a nation's monetary authority, largely underpinned by secure blockchain technology. It's a fundamental modernization of exactly how currencies issued and transacted.
Let's see how this builds into a real-world application. Inga Mullins, the CEO of Fluency, offers a fascinating perspective on why this actually matters. She points out that the architecture of a well-constructed CBDC can support offline payments and possess cash-like properties. This means giving unbanked populations, people out in remote areas without access to traditional banking infrastructure, immediate access to secure, cheap, and affordable digital payments. It is essentially a technological mechanism designed to foster massive financial inclusion across the globe.
Number 4, AI-powered education, reinventing learning. Transitioning now from global infrastructure right into our personal and human frontiers, let's talk about how we learn, grow, and prepare the next generation.
It's genuinely mind-blowing to think about, but the traditional education system we use today was essentially invented nearly 200 years ago to meet the needs of the Industrial Revolution. It was literally designed to create standardized workers. Now, contrast that with 2027, where we are rapidly moving toward a hyper-personalized, AI-driven educational model. The old system is, well, it's simply no longer functional for the complexities of today's world.
I mean, just look at today's youth. They don't want to just memorize facts for a test. They have a deep, genuine desire to solve massive global issues, like the UN's Sustainable Development Goals. To actually do that, we have to move beyond these outdated legacy learning tools and equip them with 21st century skills. We absolutely cannot solve tomorrow's problems with a 200-year-old curriculum.
Azude Altintas, CEO of Twin Science, paints just a brilliant picture of this future. AI is going to democratize expert-level learning. It will create highly personalized curriculums that dynamically adapt to exactly how a specific child learns best, which makes top-tier education incredibly cost-effective. By tailoring that learning and matching students with the best experts digitally, technology will empower children anywhere in the world to ideate, prototype, and co-create solutions to our biggest problems. And that is going to significantly reduce global inequalities in the process.
Number 5. The quantum internet, the next web. Finally, we move to the most futuristic yet rapidly approaching shift on our list, an entirely new foundation for digital connectivity. Welcome to the quantum internet. We are talking about continent-scale networks that utilize what are known as quantum repeaters. These are essentially specialized devices that allow incredibly fragile quantum signals to travel vast distances without degrading. Think about how the classical internet completely revolutionized human existence just a few decades ago, right? Well, the quantum internet is poised to do the exact same thing for the next era of human history, unlocking massive breakthroughs in material sciences, medicine, and global energy management.
You know that phrase, "they walked so we could run"? Well, classical networks essentially walked so that quantum networks could sprint. Over the next few years, leading straight up to 2027, we are going to see quantum networks emerge from small, local area clusters into massive, continent-wide infrastructures. It is a true exponential leap in how data is transmitted and protected.
And this brilliantly illustrates what that means in practical, day-to-day terms. Because it leverages the fundamental laws of physics, quantum communications will offer literally unhackable security. But it goes way beyond just keeping data safe. We are looking at distributed quantum sensing that will enable ultra-high-resolution telescopes to see further into the cosmos, ultra-precise clocks and GPS systems that will totally revolutionize navigation, and the clustering of quantum computers to process data at speeds that are, right now, completely unimaginable.
So I want to leave you with this provocative thought as you go about your day. Look around at the physical buildings you enter, the grocery stores you shop in, the technology sitting right there in your hands, and ask yourself, which of these 5 incredible technologies is going to impact your daily life the most? This transition is happening right now all around us, and the world of 2027 is going to be here before we know it. Keep learning, keep questioning, and I highly encourage you to dive even deeper into these incredible technological shifts.